Don't sue me, Smooth but Groove. Don't sue me. Send me a message. Listen, do you ever sometimes go back to your childhood, like reminisce about when things were like simple? You know, when you just had to get, like, go to school, breakfast was already made for you if you know, if your parents did that. Now, 24-0 with 20 knockouts. He has fought as high as 132 pounds. We're talking about Nicholas Walters. Nonito, Donaire, the Filipino Flash is in trouble. I'm T-Street Controversy. This is T-Street Controversy Live. I'm trying to get my mojo, man. It's just tough times, tough times. But this is the way I look at it. Listen, somebody's going to get beat the fuck up. I'm saying right now, if you don't know what fight I'm talking about Nonito Donaire, former multi-divisional unified champion. He's fought as low as 111, if I'm correct. He's fighting the biggest fighter that he's fought in his career. Put it this way, let me put it into perspective. Nicholas Walters has fought as high as fighting for Terrence Crawford's WBO 135-pound title, 132 pounds. He's 5'7", and Donaire is in that crossroads right now. It's like, damn. Can he do that same shit he was doing at, what, 112, 115, 118? I know I probably messed up 118, 122. Can he do that at 126? And then what if he does it at 126, 130? What? He doesn't get a lot of credit. 33-2 with 21 knockouts. The last fight was Featherweight Vecchia. I covered that live. And what I'm saying about that fight, there's controversy because I think Donaire owes him a rematch. Donaire knew, in my opinion, that nasty cut he had would have most likely cost him the fight maybe later on, you know, if it ended up being stopped due to a cut. So he chose not to continue after the 4th round, or I forgot when it was. Long story short, it went to the cards. He won the fight. If you don't know, I'm T-Street Controversy. This is T-Street Controversy Live, and I cover boxing. No matter what's going on, the wheel must keep turning. I'm after a piece of paper. Just a piece of paper. That's all it is. It's a promoter's license. And I tell you right here, people do not want me to have it. They do not want me to have it. But if I quit, or if I go back to the bottle, then they'd be like, we were right. No, 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 no. So that's why I'm the #1 boxing reporter on YouTube. And I'm going to get a stranglehold on it. And yes, I got a plan. I've been telling y'all I'm getting a license. No, I'm not BSing around. People think I just be bullshitting when I say certain things. I'm going through a certain transitional period with my brand new channel right now. Fully partnered, sponsored, endorsed. Thank you to El Diablito Apparel for the hats and the clothing. Real Combat Media. Link right below. There's a, wait, you know, we're going to stop. We're going to stop. I'm going to do a little experiment. We're going to stop right here. I know I shoot my videos live and uncut, but right below is the first link in the description box. I'm talking to you. Listen, this is the way I do my videos. I'm talking to you like there's people in front of you. So we internet homies, all of us. All of us. That's why people talk shit to me and, you know, I respond back. I'm very active. So I'm telling you, listen, there's a link. All you got to do is click the link. Because I know people, he keep telling me to click this link. I'm telling you for a reason. Tell you, click the link, and then on the right side of the link, on the right side of the web page, there's a Hopkins Kovalev poll. I need the results for that poll. I'm going to read them out live. Now, there's no reason why these videos should be getting 1,000 views and up, and people are not voting. Take your time to do it right now before I continue. Okay, so anyway, back to what I was saying. Listen. When Donaire lost to Rigondeaux, he seemed vulnerable. He looked vulnerable. It's like, oh, well, once you put him in there against a boxer or someone who's faster than him, he can go down. Because majority of his opponents, Jorge Arce, Yoshiaki Nishioka, Victor Arcinian 1 and 2, Jeffrey Mathebula, You know, he beat all those dudes down, and I'm talking about he ran down on them. So it was always that stigma that followed like him as he was conquering the 122-pound division about, well, why won't you fight Rigo? Rigo at that point in time, 7-0, fighting Tion Kennedy, 8-0, shout out to Tion Kennedy, 8-0, 9-0, you know, and I understood when Donaire was coming from. He was saying, well, you know, he's got to get some more names and this belt, you know, he's got to get some belts, you know. And then the fight happened. He didn't duck the fight. He went in there in Radio City Music Hall in NYC, and, you know, he put on a good fight. He said he was injured. He did show on, you know, Instagram and all that stuff that he was injured. People talked about the rematch. The rematch can happen at 126 pounds maybe. But when you look at A side versus B side, Rigondeaux was always B side it seems. Now I'm not going to get into talking about him. I do videos on him. But financially, Nonito Donaire, with that Filipino fan base and just his name being known, taking on all these big fights and all these appearances on HBO, he's the one that brings in the most money for the fight. So Rigondeaux losing to Donaire, but Donaire being A side, how does that fight is in a rematch at the time, an immediate rematch makes sense, you know? And I'm just talking maybe that's me talking as a promoter now, but I will wait like maybe 1 or 2 years. Now, whether it's going to happen again or not, I don't know, because we all know Rigondeaux is not with Top Rank anymore. He's with Karib, and that's his only promoter right now, if I'm correct. But moving on, let's talk about Nicholas Walters. Now, here's what I'm afraid of. I'm afraid, and I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. We're talking like men. I'm afraid he's going to beat the dog shit out of Nonito Donaire. I'm afraid if Donaire doesn't keep cracking him with that left hand, and you know he's left hand happy. If he doesn't keep cracking him, you know, and I'm talking about consistently trying to knock him out within 4, you know, or 5, I don't know. Like, this is one of those fights I'm going to sit on the fence. And also, this is one of the most intriguing fights of the year because people have been already saying that Donaire is a hype job. I don't believe so. He's got skills, and he's got skills, and he's got heart. So, despite what you think about him with the Rigondeaux and everything, you got to think like, well, he do be knocking people out. And every time you see him, if you watch his fights, you can think that he's overrated. He be beating people up. I mean, think what you want. He be beating people up. So anyway, moving on. I look at it like this. I'm giving it to Donaire, and if he does win, I'm not trying to hear nothing. I'm not trying to hear nothing because this is a big fight. He's knocking out a very 5'7", almost 5'8". He probably gonna come into the ring like 142. I'm T Street Controversy. This is T Street Controversy Live. There's a lot going on. All my social media information is right below in the description boxes. Please subscribe.